good.
Hi.
Good, thank you.
So, I'm a huge fan of the show. So I want to know, how do you think Klaus has evolved over the course of this whole show?
I think the huge turning point for him has been the birth of his daughter. I think that's, for a guy who's been around for 1,000 years, that's the one thing that he never had any experience in, the one thing that was new and that was different for him. So for me, that's been the crux of the evolution. And I think it's been a slow process for him, but he's learning. Last we saw him at the end of season 3, he actually did something to his own detriment, for the good of his family, and I don't think that's ever been done before by him. So I like to think he's one step closer to redemption.
A lot of people have said, that Candy was kind of like the beating heart for Klaus, or that Caroline was kind of the beating heart for Klaus, whatever that connection is. Now that, Caroline's not on the show and that Candy, has died, what kind of connection to his humanity does he have? Is it that sacrifice he made in the finale, or could we expect him to either reconnect with somebody or maybe a new character, like kind of bring that humanity out again?
I don't know, and I'm excited to find out. I've always believed his strongest connection was to his daughter. I think the romances came and went, and that's not to take anything away from them, by the way. I think they were each very meaningful to him in different ways, but the unconditional love of his daughter is something that changed him forever, and so I hope his connection to his humanity will be through her.
Thank you.
Thank you.
How do you think Klaus is going to handle the demise of his friendship with Rosa?
Probably violently. I would say, look, he loves Marcel like a son, and Marcel betrayed him. And some might say he was justified in doing so. I think it's been a long time coming, ever since he made Marcel pick up that coin in season 1 and he took the city from him. Marcel, I feel, has been waiting for a chance. He's been wanting to believe in the Michelsons and believe in Klaus, but he's never really been given full pause to, and so I think maybe Klaus understands a little where he's coming from. That doesn't mean he's going to react any less violently, though, to Marcel. I feel like the end is coming for these two. I'm excited to see it. Yeah.
So obviously, Klaus and Rebecca have a very complicated relationship, and sort of in the last moments of season 3, you sort of saw Rebecca, really processing this incredible sacrifice that Klaus made. If those two ever be engaged in the next season, what do you think how that will go, and why does it Klaus did?
I don't know, man. I'd be interested. That's one of the dynamics that's my favorite on the show. I love the Klaus and Elijah dynamic, and Klaus Rebecca as well. In fact, I think that's the 3 people that the show was built around in the first place. So we always have that kind of. It feels like coming home when we're doing scenes together, And Claire's in and out of the show, over the last 3 years, and hopefully next year as well, or this year, Monday, starting Monday. So hopefully from there onwards. So I'll be interested to explore that. I think it's I've always felt like she was his favourite sibling, the one he kind of was most protective over and of. So we'll see if there's any forgiveness there for what happened at the trial. Yeah.
I just wanted to ask you, I know obviously we're here to talk about the originals, but with the Vampire Diaries being its final season and that being kind of the show you started off on, I was wondering, one, what your thoughts are on it ending and maybe the show's legacy, and also if if the right opportunity kind of presented itself, if you would consider returning for what you'd like to in the final season?
I don't know. I think that it's the end of an era, They gave me my start, I was lucky enough to jump on to a hit show when it was already a hit show in season 2 and kind of ride on the coattails of that to my own show, you know, coast off. And I'm incredibly grateful for that. I think I admire them for ending the show on their own terms, so that they can finish the chapter, you know, this and put it on the shelf and give themselves a proper ending instead of just being kind of cancelled and it not really ending properly. I hope when the time comes for us, we give the show a proper ending, so it's not just like left on a cliffhanger. I don't know if I'll be invited back. I think my hope for them would be that they tie up all their storylines in a way that satisfies all the fans. And I don't know whether they need Klaus to do that. You know, either way, I feel like it's good. I mean, 8 years is a great inning. That's huge. You know, that's all anyone can hope for. When we started the originals, we thought we'd be lucky to get 2 seasons. So it's like, you know, now we're here promoting season 4. Yeah, I mean, good luck to them. I'm really happy for them that they've got this far, and I think it's a huge achievement and something that will stay with them for the rest of their lives. So, and with me, I still get asked about it and talk about it.
Did you ever see Klaus coming this far? I remember your first Comic-Con with TVD. And I would always be like, Klaus is my favorite character because it's a misunderstood character. And everyone would be like, but Klaus is, you know, it's evil. And I was like, no, you have to understand the guy. So did you ever see like, oh, he's, you know, this is it, it's kind of flat, nobody's like really understanding how deep all of his issues were, and being like, all right, you know, like we're gonna let him go. Did you ever like see Klaus going this far down the line into like his own spin-off kind of thing?
You know, not initially. No, I mean, I thought I'd be done after 1 season. After season 3, I thought I'd be killed off. You know, as the villains are, they get to the end of the season. You know, like Dahlia or like the Trinity of Lucian and those guys. You know, and then they die at the end of the season. That's what villains do. But I just started having so much fun with it, and then the fan response was so great to the originals, to Rebecca and Elijah and Klaus, and so, you know, I did start to suspect maybe there's something here, but, you know, I didn't know whether they would go so far as to give us our own show and let us explore that, and so no, I don't know. I didn't expect it to go this far, and I'm interested to see where it will go from here. I feel we're past the middle of the journey, you know. I do feel that. I feel like there was a definite beginning where he was a villain, and then there's been a sort of chance for redemption, and season 4 picks up 5 years later, so it's really like a sort of chapter on its own, I think, and you know, who knows where we'll go. I'm excited to explore it.
You've been to Brazil lately.
To Sao Paulo.
I know.
Yeah.
And do your Brazilian fans would like to know what do you think that Klaus and Elijah would do in Brazil together?
What would they do to paint the town red? I don't know. Yeah. Get into a lot of trouble, probably, which is not what Daniel and I did in Brazil. So completely different from what he and I did in Brazil. It's a fun place. I liked it. I was there for such a short amount of time, though. You know, we were kind of in and out. Very passionate people. Yeah.
So, was there ever a moment on the show where you felt like Klaus crossed the line and went too far?
I mean, yeah, but I like that about him. You know, like frequently he does that. You know, like killing Gia and cursing Haley at the end of season 2, and killing his father after his Michael and his father, killing Michael and his father, and his mum, and his auntie, and his brother and his sister. You know, yeah. I mean, yeah. Frequently he crosses the line, but I think that's what's so wonderful about him. You know, and I forgive him even if anyone else does. Yeah, I like that about him.
So, Okay, Klaus is going to be in the cemetery for 5 years. Do you think he's going to calm his demons, or do you think he's going to come out looking for blood?
I think he's going to come out looking for blood. I think he's like a pot with the lid on, and it's boiling and boiling and boiling and boiling, and someone's going to pop the lid off and get a face full of fucking boiling water. You know? Yeah. That's my gift to you guys. I say it doesn't get any better than that.
Thank you so
Thanks so much.